how to spot Jezebels in dating. So I'm currently doing a huge series, which you can check out in the description, all about Jezebel and all the things we need to know and the bigger, greater plan of what she's doing in society. And you can go and check those videos out. They're all going to be linked in the description box. Go and check that out. And right now I'm doing a few sub videos about her in certain contexts and how to spot her. In this one, we're going to talk about dating, but I'm also going to do friendship within yourself and other contexts as well. So check all of those out if you want to see. So I want to do this video because I've realized, like now that I've been taking away what I need to take away, especially going to Poland and being in a country like that, where honestly, I truly was like thinking going there, I'm like, you know what? Ain't no chance. Every time I go to a new country, I'm like, ain't no chance in hell. Like, I'm not thinking about anything to do with the male community, right? Because I'm assuming no one's going to be interested in me. But lo and behold, if you guys think that the airplane dude story was the only story, oh, you would be sorely mistaken. And now it just kind of hit me, like, because after that and after talking about it with the Jezebel thing, and then a few situations that happened after that, and then just now also thinking back throughout my life since this whole thing, I've realized something about this dating thing, because there's a lot of things men are doing wrong, right? And I'm going to get into it. So if you want to know the crux of exactly what a Jezebel woman is, I just did that video separately before this. But in dating, here's the thing. What I've noticed, and this is a big mistake that men do, which is what disables them from being able to actually spot a Jezebel, is offering and sharing too much information too soon, right? So one thing I've noticed, and I do believe part of it's because of the pressure that a lot of guys feel, but also like the desire to like prove yourself as like, you know, somebody that a woman should give a chance to, is oversharing about you. If I was a guy, no matter what my bank account, no matter what I look like, no matter what I have, no matter what, I would downplay myself massively. And I would not just pander to a lot of these demands that women are asking for, because the Jezebelic woman essentially is looking for the biggest idiot she can find. The easiest way to know the biggest idiot she can find is to know the things you have to offer, and then to offer those things everything you want. So like, for example, I know that in dating, it's not smart for me to ever tell guys, like, I have a list of things I want in a man, and that's between me and the Lord. I wouldn't even tell my friends about it. I wouldn't tell somebody. If somebody asks me, what do I look for in a guy? I'll be very vague. Because the problem with these types of questions is when you're getting to know somebody that's genuine, it's fine. That's just normal conversation. When you're getting to know somebody that wants to manipulate you like a Jezebel, they are immediately going to become that person. Just like how, you know, narcissists do that type of thing. They're immediately going to become that person. And also, they're going to match your energy at the same degree of level of interest. And the reason why that men fall for this, because you're thinking, oh, wow, she's enthusiastic about me. She's excited about me. She likes me as much as I like her. And you're already lost in the sauce. Men are already lost in the sauce before they start talking most of the time, in my humble opinion. That's why as women, like if you're a woman who's actually serious about talking to anybody, you should dial it all the way back. Dial it all the way back. Take the time to assess the situation. Don't say too much, because even if the guy is saying things that you agree with, you don't want to agree too much even with that, because they're going to get so lost in the sauce. They also need time to process. One thing I found is that men fall in love way too damn fast. Can I be honest? Too damn fast. A lot of times, this is why I don't even like to talk to guys in general, because past the point where a guy has so many feelings now, I now feel guilty if I spend any more of your time with you if I can't guarantee that I'm actually interested in you. And I need time to process, because it's a lot to process, and I'm a woman. I'm not just looking at you and hearing a list of things and thinking, oh my gosh, this is the woman for me, this is my wife. I'm thinking, I need some time to actually think about him. I need some time to like actually assess a lot of things. Hence why I probably come off a bit standoffish, which is a good thing. Because a woman who's actually thinking about you is going to take the time to actually stop to think about what she's getting herself into. Because actually getting into a relationship is a huge step. It's a big thing, right? So no one should just be getting caught up and lost in the sauce. Now, because you guys are men, initially you guys get too excited too fast. That's just a part of how men are, right? And it's just how they are. And that's why, again, like I said, us as women, seeing that, the number of times, I've seen this probably like at least, at this stage of my life, probably at least 100 times I've seen it. Guys being like, you're talking to them, and then it's like there's that moment where they are so interested in whatever you're about to say is going to change the game. If you tell them you're feeling the same way and you're so interested in them and you're like glad you finally met someone like that, that's the moment where you've got them. Like, the power is now with us as women. We can do what we want to now, because now you're going to do whatever it takes to have us, because we're now interested in you. And it's a good thing when it's the right person. But what I'm telling you is that the wrong person, the wrong woman, is going to take that and go, ha 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 ha, my best, the easiest sucker that I can take advantage of. It shocks me how much information men tell me about themselves just with that I haven't asked for. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I would keep that to myself if I were you. I would actually keep that to myself. I would come across as a butt. I would do everything to mean that the only reason this woman likes you or is talking to you or is entertaining you is because of your personality, because it couldn't be anything else. And obviously being a gentleman, you know what I mean? And it couldn't be anything else. Because as soon as and it happens every single time, I'm like, when guys start saying the things they want to do, it'll be like I've told you, I don't go on more than 3 dates. Unless I know that I was definitely interested in somebody. And again, why not? Because by date 3, they're already sold. They're already sold and sure. So at that point, I could just lie through my teeth. This is how I feel like a lot of marriages have ended up happening, and why there's a lot of divorces ending up happening, because Jezebels did their usual use, abuse, dispose. Once they were done with it and wanted to move on to their next victim, they move on. Right? They come in, you say all these things, you start saying, because I'm like, even I'm just like, why are men telling me this? This is how much money I make every month. This is what I want to do. I want to take you here. I want to take you here. Every man wants to take you somewhere to try. I don't know if this is for all the other women, but this is for me. Like I said, it's all men all over the place. I completely forgot about this, right? But I was thinking about this just now when I went out, right? One of my local shops, that a new convenience store opened, and there's this Middle Eastern guy who worked in there. I say worked, he's the owner. And he was very handsome, I must say. He was very, very handsome. So I used, when they first opened, I was well excited because they opened till really late, and they're like the perfect type of like a corner shop where you got like the corner shop type of junk, random stuff that you're going to buy at 11 o'clock at night, all the way up to actual random groceries that you need, all the way to like things that are imported, all the way to like just different things, the nostalgic things I bought growing up as a kid. It's just the perfect, literally, corner shop. Well, off license, I guess it is. So when they first opened, the guy in there, again, the owner, the boss, who owns multiple shops, might I add, because obviously he told me all this information. I went in there, and I'm going in there looking like a bum, mind you, because I'm going in there when it's either really early or really late. So I'm just in there rolling up, like looking like I don't even know, right? And this guy, I'm looking at him and thinking, you're tall, you're handsome, like a lot of women want to be with you. More importantly, a lot of women would take advantage, but he was a sweetheart. Because a lot of guys, like, no matter, they obviously don't necessarily, because a lot of guys don't recognize, because they think because of like how the entertainment industry is in the world, a lot of them, I think that we as women are into these other types of guys that a lot of women actually are not into. It's just the other men who are putting men out there who do it, or people who think they look a certain way. There obviously is that small group of guys that apparently all women like that I'm not a part of, whatever. But, a lot of men underestimate their value. Let's put it like that. They underestimate their own value. And a lot of us women overestimate our value. And that's a problem, because if I as a woman notice that you've underestimated what you're offering, I immediately have the opportunity to take advantage if I want to, which is kind of what was happening in this situation. Because obviously I'm seeing the red flags for certain reasons to do with certain things. I don't want to say exactly what, because I don't want to sound, anyway. But like I'm going in there. Bearing in mind, this guy owns all these stores and whatever. This is a new store or whatever. I go in there and he's just doing too much. Like, it's sweet and it's good, but it's not wise when you're dealing with women, because of the types of things he was offering me, because he was trying to get me to go out with him. He was trying to get me to do this with him. He's like, whatever. I'm like, hey, can I pay by card in here? He's like, you can do whatever you want in here, darling. You can do whatever you want. Every time I'll come in there, he's telling the whole entire everyone in the shop that I'm his future wife, right? Which obviously I'm thinking he's doing as a joke, which I do think was a joke. Next thing you know, there's another woman in there working, and I'm thinking, oh great, there's another woman. He's not going to say any of this in front of his woman. Maybe he's telling her, by the way, this is my wife. The other guys in the shop, yeah, this is why I can go in there. He's not there anymore, which we'll get back to why he isn't. The other guys in the shop, yeah, no eye contact with me. They do make no eye contact with me whatsoever, right? this guy's all showing me pictures, videos of him dancing. He's trying to like convince me. He's doing all this stuff to try and convince me, right, to do whatever the heck it is that he wants to do. He's trying to promise me, oh, I want to go on this trip. I want to take you to here, here, here. Again, now, if I was a manipulative, evil woman, a wicked woman, I would play into all of it. I'll play into all of it. And even if at the bare minimum, I get a couple of free holidays and whatever, I would do it. But the truth of the matter is, all I would have to do to destroy this man's life forever is, accidentally get pregnant. Oh no. Now we're tethered together forever. And now I'm definitely going to be the one who's in control of things, because we all know how it goes being a woman, and I can play the woman card, and it's so hard for me because, it's just like with my kids, like the Kris Jenner of it all. Right? And all of this, but he's just there, just offering me everything, telling me everything. I own all these shops around here, I own this shop, that shop, this shop. He's not there anymore. You know why? Obviously because he does own all this stuff and he does have all this money, and he's probably traveling and doing God knows what now. And now he's left the guys there working the shop who again still don't give me eye contact, still talk to me as if they're talking to like some strict teacher. So he who has all this like control and respect from the men amongst him and the people that are around him. These are grown men I'm talking about, grown men. But then when I, as a woman, am involved, it might seem like a small little thing, what he was saying, whatever. And he's like, oh, please, we can do this, we can do this, we can do this. Yeah. But it's not, because this is my opportunity to take advantage. This is what I'm saying. It doesn't matter what level of relationship you're even getting in with women, whatever level that it is, right? And he's telling everyone, oh, this is my future wife. This is my future wife. This is my future wife. He's trying to convince me to come to this event. He's trying to convince me to come to that event. He's trying to tell me he wants us to go for 2 weeks to so-and-so and somewhere and all this stuff. You know what I mean? That would have been my inning if I wanted to be the type of woman who takes advantage. And that's exactly what a lot of women do. This is what I'm trying to say. It's exactly what a lot of women do. When you're like offering and giving all these things and explaining all these things that you do and making all this effort, like this other guy took me out, right? This guy who's Ghanaian, right? Who stopped me, and I didn't really want to talk to him. And I told him I'm not really interested. Again, I'm quick to tell guys these things because I don't want to waste their time. I don't want to waste their hard-earned money. Takes me out to this place, like, I want to take you to this really nice place that I know of and wherever, whatever. Takes me to this place, yeah? Oh my gosh. When we were there, can we get another this? Can we get, like, he's ordering the whole menu. I'm like, and I'm looking at this guy, because this guy's spending, like, probably, like, between maybe about, I don't know, maybe, like, around £400 or something on, like, a first date. You don't know me. And I say this to the guys as well. I always say to them, like, you realize you don't know me, right? I could be any kind of woman. They're gone. Their head is gone. Their head is gone. They're googly-eyed. This is their one shot, and they're giving it everything. And I get it. And it's actually really nice, and it's really sweet. And that's why for some of us who are not like trying to be, divisive, who are not trying to take advantage, it makes me want to be even more careful, because I don't want to be the reason, for a guy to think, women are horrible or take advantage of them. But then I'm like, but you guys are the ones throwing all these things at us. You're the guys are the ones saying all this stuff, trying to promise all of this, trying to promise all of that. Bad idea when there's a Jezebel, because all she's looking for is how she can get up in life. She doesn't care about anybody else other than herself. And if I was you guys, I would actually just dress as casually as possible, choose the most humblest possible type of date. Don't pander to these women who are making all these huge demands, because that's another clear sign. They're literally telling you that you're only as, and like, I've heard even men complain about this as well. And they're like, say like, oh, a man is only as loved as what he does or whatever. I'm like, yeah, but you guys also play into it, because you guys also a lot of times are the initiators of it. Because I know that, because I never ask these guys for nothing. I don't ask them for anything. They're like, what do you want to do for a day? I'm like, can we go for a walk? I'm not the one asking you to take me to this expensive restaurant and pay all of this amount of money, half or a third of your month's rent. Because that's what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking, this is the first time you've ever seen me, first date, whatever. It's not necessary. It's not even necessary, but then that's what happens. And these are the situations that these Jezebels pounce on. And that's why I say, like, as a man, I feel like you really have to submit yourself to Christ. So you have a stronger level of self-control and your head being together. The Bible says, and I've said to you guys, this is one of our verses of the season in Timothy, the Lord did not give us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. That's where that sound mind part comes into it. It's not just, it's being sober-minded. So to be sober-minded, you have to have an element of self-control. Like I'm saying, if I wasn't sober-minded, I'd be looking at these offers and I'll just be like, oh yeah, I'll do whatever it takes to have whatever they're offering. No, I'm not going to waste their time. I'm not going to waste my time. I'm not going to get involved. But the thing is, you have to be aware. and you have to be in control. And this is where I think that, you know, guys and their desire to just spend time with women and be around women and everything really backfires, because then those women, they know you're going to be like that and they're going to take advantage. Because every time these guys offer these things, all these different guys, yeah, from all over the world, offering me all these things, I'm like, this other guy, right, who slid into my DMs because I commented somewhere. So I don't comment somewhere on social media. Anywhere on social media these days, because when it happens on Instagram, oh my gosh, the DMs. So this guy messaged, he DMs me, he's like, yeah, hi, I saw your comment about such and such. I was just like, okay. There's nothing wrong with that, by the way. The reason I'm rolling my eyes is at work. When he was telling me about what he went through with this woman, right? It was what he said. And again, very much grown man, very much got his life together and got all these other things together, right? So that's what shocked me about all of this, is like, it's like the guys I'm talking about are not even like the young dudes even my age. It's like guys even a little bit older than me, or a lot more older than me, who you would think, who got everything else in their life in order, but this one area, they're like the dumbest idiots of all time. So he's telling me, and this guy was funny as well, because he was very much a lover. Again, problem when you're dealing with a Jezebel, because then all she has to do is get caught up. So he would like started sending me these voice notes of him singing for a first date. Yeah, do you know what he did? He asked if we could go to karaoke. And I was like, that's a wild choice, but I have to agree because that's so interesting, right? And so this is this is not that long ago, this was last year. Anyway, so I went to a meeting. We had to meet in London because it was in the middle of where we both live, because he lives in another part of England, you know. And he's all like, yeah, you should like come to my house and you should stay at my house for the week. I'm like, you are such an idiot. And he kept trying to, anyway, we'll come back to that in a second because I'm still building up to the point. So we go to this date in this karaoke thing, right? And so first of all, we went for some drinks at this nice place he knows in London. And then we went to this karaoke where he was singing all the love songs, right? And I was thinking, oh, bless his heart. Like, this is literally the only thing in his life that isn't going right is this, which I appreciate is the reality for a lot of guys. But then you guys don't have the wisdom. And a lot of the reason you don't have the wisdom is because you're not submitted to Christ. And that is the biggest problem you can have as a man, is not being submitted to Christ. I'm telling you this right now. And so we go to the karaoke. So then I decided to sing. He's like, oh, can you sing something? I would like to hear what you have to sing. So I was like, YOLO, I got to start doing this singing thing anyway. So I was thinking, this is my chance, right? While I'm here. Anyway, so I sang the song that I sang, which I'm not going to say which song it was, but it's a very well-known song. And my goodness, it was the googly eyes. And he looked like a baby. Like, you know, like with kids, I sing to kids. I sing to the children, like the little babies and the toddlers. I love singing to them, like when we're out on adventures, because they love it, right? So I'm singing this song, and so far the vibes are just whatever. But then at this moment, he just like, there was the look in his eyes of just like, and it's that look that I see. I'm like, that's the look the Jezebels are looking for, right? And then he went all googly eyed, and he was like, wow, that was so nice. And then did we go for dinner after that? I don't remember if we did. I can't remember. Anyways, after that, he's all talking about, well, you work from home and I work from home because of where he works. I'm not going to say what he does, but I will say he's in power. He's in power in this country. And he was like, you should come and stay at my house for the week. You can come stay at my house. We can go down to the lake, look at the lake. He's showing me the like lake out where he lives. We can walk down to the beach. Oh, don't worry, I'll do everything. I'm like, that's great. That's so nice and lovely. Obviously, I didn't go, if anybody wants to know. But the problem is that that's what the Jezebel was looking for. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? That's exactly what she's looking for. Because she's like, oh my gosh, you're so right. Like, after the day, I'm here thinking, like, actually, like, can we slow down so I can actually take in what's happening and actually assess the situation? That's what I'm thinking, right? And Jezebel be like, oh my gosh, yeah, let's do it. Let's just go. Like, I'm so want to be with you. And then now you've given her the complete and utter access to you and your entire home and everything. And I'll tell you this as a woman, I know for a fact that this whole dynamic of having sex thing, the only person who's stopping anything is us as women. So again, if we choose to weaponize it, we can, because again, we don't necessarily have to have sex for the sake of enjoyment. I've said this before. A lot of times a Jezebel will have sex for the sake of control and manipulation. Give you what you want, get you in a vulnerable state. You know what I mean? So that she can have the power over you. And she'll be the type of woman who'll be the most agreeable of all women. She'll want to do everything you want to do. She'll want to say anything and everything. This is what I'm saying. So this, I'm like, I just feel like this is where you got to be careful. Like, you might think another woman is being difficult because in your mind, you'll be talking to, say, two different women. One woman seems to be a bit like, okay, can we slow things down a little bit? I just want to think about what's happening and whatever. Because she's actually thinking about it. She actually has good intentions. The other woman looks like she's so enthusiastic and agreeable. In your brain, your man brain is going to, in a straight line, go, oh my gosh, she seems so much more whatever. The connection here is better. This is how you get the swaying of the jury of the sheeple, like I'm saying about Jezebel. You run off with her. Meanwhile, she's doing that because she's just trying to get something out of you and you're offering her everything she can take advantage of. And the other woman was actually stopping to actually think because she's actually thinking about, like, do I really want to get into this, and actually taking things in and thinking about you as a person and thinking about your life together, if it makes sense and all this type of stuff. If she's ready, if she thinks that she could be the right type of woman for you, but you'll go off with that. And that's what I've actually realized. And then that will end badly, and you keep going into that over and over again, and then you'll end up heartbroken and wondering, oh, why is women like this? Why are women like this? Why are women like this? But it's like, no, women are not just like this. But you will be swayed by that because you'll think that, oh, this person, because that's what he told me. He told me the last woman he was with, this guy who was trying to get me to come and stay at his house for the week, right? He told me that the last woman he was with, he doesn't understand how things went wrong because she did everything for me. I'm like, yeah, that's the point. This battle between Jezebels and the angels versus the witches is that both women, all types of women, all of us going to do the same things. It's just why we're doing it. I mean, some other women under Jezebel, do the Beyonce of the I don't need a man element. So that's just another side thing. But you're probably not going to get to that stage if you're dealing with that kind of woman anyway, right? For the rest of them, or for the rest of us, we're all going to do the same things, but for different reasons, right? A Jezebelic type of woman will look after you and do all these things for you because she wants to control you. A non-Jezebelic type of woman or a good woman will do that because she cares about you and she wants to look after you. And this is what I'm saying, you need to be submitted to Christ so you can have the Holy Spirit so the Lord can give you discernment. So you can tell the difference between the two. So he was like, I don't understand how this happened. I'm thinking, how have you got to the position you're at in life? And the way that you're living and all of this, because he was also talking to me about his house and how he wants to renovate the downstairs to Airbnb because this, that. And I was just like, you know what? You're sharing too much, darling. You're sharing too much. And the reason why? Because I'm perceived to be trustable, because trustworthy, because of why I'm a woman and I'm like this and like this, which again, men do that, where they think, oh, this woman's more trustable for some reason, and just start saying stuff. And I'm just like, you should keep some of these things to yourself, because the wrong kind of woman is going to swoop in. Because I had to cut things off with that guy, because that guy was really trying to, again, talking about honeymoon in the year time, this, that, the third. And I was just like, sir, it cannot happen. And I cannot even continue talking to you because now you're so lost in the sauce. And that's another problem with you. Like, I hate to say about the male community, but you guys get too excited. It's the problem. And it's because you're lacking, and this is where the Christ-likeness will help you, is you can slow down long enough to actually assess the situation, because that's a key thing you need to be able to do, is slow down. Okay, yay, it's all exciting and it's good and you felt like great. But you need to assess the situation, and you need to not be, can I tell you the worst thing that you can be as a man in terms of looking for women is be the type of man who's ready to take any woman that will take you. That is the worst. For me, that's anyways a red flag, massive red flag, because what kind of woman wants to be the woman that you had just because you're just looking for anyone? That's so dead. No. But anyway, because when you're there again, you're the perfect one for Jezebel, because then all she has to do is just a bit more than the last person, or a bit of what you want, or even just nothing. Just exist, because now there's a woman. So I'm saying, guys, it's so easy for her to do what she's doing. Like, I don't know everything about everything, and I'm just giving you guys a lot of things from my experience. But when I have these conversations with guys, and I'm like, I barely know you, you barely know me. We've been on like 1, 2, 3 dates. You're promising me the world, literally. What is it that you want? What is it that I'd have to do? What is it that That's the worst thing you could do when dealing with the Jezebel. And we're going to talk about in other videos how to actually deal with the Jezebels. Right now, I'm just giving you guys the information, because now you're going to realize. And this is why I say to guys, like, listen, submit yourself to Christ, because this whole getting way too excited, way too fast thing backfire on you with the good women. With the women with wrong intentions, they will love it, because they're like, yes, this is the perfect idiot I can take advantage of. All I have to do is just match his energy. You don't want that. You want somebody who's stopped to think, somebody who'll say to you, you're going too fast. You need to slow down. Somebody that values your time and values your money and values you enough to let you know that right now you're in a weakened state, you're vulnerable to whatever I decide to do, and you might want to just turn it down a notch. You know what I'm saying? But a Jezebel, oh no. She'll match your energy. She'll be there. She'll be like, oh yeah, I'm so interested in you. Da, 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 da. She'll even marry you, everything, because she can take advantage. That's all she wants, manipulation and control. And then because you finally got the woman you want and she can use that against you all the time, she can use everything against you. She can use the fact that now you're trying to earn or continue to prove or keep up the stand, whatever it is. Now the whole relationship just becomes about you trying to pander to whatever she's asking, rather than you guys forming a loving relationship together where you both serve one another and you're both being selfless with each other. It ends up becoming a whole thing of you just trying to prove yourself. And I truly believe that this is why a lot of men end up, feeling defeated and then divorced or whatever, or heartbroken, because it's never going to be enough, because nothing's ever going to be enough, because she's in it for herself and herself only. She's not in it for the relationship. She's not in it for the same reasons as you. She's not in it to try and get further. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So then it's never going to be enough. It never would have been enough. One of the key characteristics of a Jezebel is being impossible to please. Because the point is that she needs an out. She needs an out eventually, because eventually she's going to move on, because eventually she's going to take out of you all that she can. She's going to get sick of being around somebody that she doesn't even care about, and she needs a reason to get out. And so that reason is going to be that you didn't do enough or whatever. That is Jezebel for you. Anyways, I hope that's helpful, guys. Like I said, look, I'm not a perfect woman. I don't perfectly know all of this stuff. But what I can tell you is, from my experiences talking with guys, of which there are many, and all this, and when you mentioned a couple of them here, I've noticed that, I always have that moment where I sit back and I say to them as well, I do inform them because I want better for them, even if I'm not going to be with them, that it's the way that guys approach us ladies. And I'm not talking about the riffraff of it all. I'm talking about the good, decent guys. When I say good, decent guys, I'm just talking about men who have genuine intentions. That's all I'm saying. And there's a whole scale of many different kinds of men like that. When you're dealing with these kinds of wicked women, they will take advantage of all these things. They'll take advantage of your ignorance. They'll take advantage of your slavery to your own flesh. They'll take advantage of your straight line thinking. Right? And that's what will sway you, because then you'll be like, oh, I'm going to go with this woman over here. This woman seems like maybe she's not interested. She's probably more actually interested because she's actually taking the time to think about you as a person, and if she likes you and all this, actually thinking about building a life with you. Meanwhile, this other woman is just thinking about what she can get out of you, how she can keep you around, probably by getting pregnant and all this. I've also had men ask me to have babies and I still haven't done that. I'm not doing that because I'm like, for the same reasons. Why? I would say yes to that if I wanted to take advantage. You see? Or unless obviously I won't actually want to, because that's obviously another scenario. But yeah, so I'm just going to leave that there. I feel like that's enough information. I hope that it's been helpful. Please ask any questions in the comments if you want. Like I said, I can't sit here and tell you that I'm the expert of all time, but I can say that I've seen situations over and over again. And I've also observed these types of things from a distance. I've observed guys think oh my gosh, no, but I found this good one, but you don't get it. She does this and you don't get it. She does that. And it's exactly. Those of us who know that we would take a lot more time thinking, or a lot more time, whatever, or can just see it for what it is. No. We know. And it was so, and then again, that's what I said to you guys. We're the ones trying to tell you sometimes about these women, but you don't want to listen. You're like, oh, you're an enemy. She told me. And again, she'll always divide you. She'll always keep you divided. The type of women who they don't want to be with you, but they also don't want you to be with your friends. They don't want you to do anything that makes you happy. Everything that you do, anything that makes you happy is a problem for them. Because that means you're not doing something to help them. They need you. Your whole life has to be about them. Those kinds of women. Right? Because that's Jezebel. She wants to kill all men, women, and children. She has children for the sake of how she can utilize them in the game of life. Not because she wants to be a mother and she wants to build a family with you or something. You know what I mean? The classic damned if you do, damned if you don't type of women. But at first, it won't feel like that. At first, it'll feel like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. That's what I'm specifically talking about dating, because by the time you get into it, it's you're down the road. But when you're looking in the beginning, here are some of the red flag signs that oh, why is she so ready? Why is she so whatever? And that's where you should actually ask questions like, what is it that you actually like about me? And if it's, oh, well, you got a good job and you're no. See? If it's something that directly benefits her, and potentially without or not benefiting you only, and those are the only things she has to say, another red flag. You know what I'm saying? If you try to have serious conversations about like being together and all of this, and she just seems a bit dejected or indifferent or cold, you don't feel safe. You don't feel safe speaking completely about the stuff going on with you. Problem. She likes to gossip, not with you, because I feel like you should be able to say whatever you want to say to your, your significant other. But like, she likes to gossip. There's always division. Now, it's ironic that I say this because some of these issues you would find with me, like the division. I'm always having division, but that's because I'm always dealing with the Jezebel. And that's what makes this whole thing quite fun. Because it's like, wow, it really is her word versus mine. And, and a lot of other women. And then again, you'll be there like, where are all the good women? You're like, you're not giving them a chance. Or they're not attracted to you. They're not going to talk to you because they can see the type of women around you. So we're going to run the other way. Same way you guys run the other way when you see certain things in women. We're going to run the other way. I'm not coming near you because I already know you've been swayed by her with your googly eyes. You're already lost in the sauce. Your head's gone. So why am I even going to try to entertain or try and do anything? And worse still, you and your man brain are going to try and like compare as if you know what you're talking about. Anyway, like I said, I do all this in love because I want to see everybody succeed, and I want to see everybody happy, and I appreciate that it's really tough and that we don't understand each other from both sides. I really do think the greatest mystery we'll ever have as men and women is actually each other. And so I feel like it's important to say these things, and I just hope that this has been helpful for whoever needed it. I will be doing more videos on this whole topic area of how to spot a Jezebelic type of whatever in your circle, in your friendship, in your whatever. So do stay tuned for all of that. But for now, if life's a game, let's play to win. God bless you all. God loves you. I love you. And I'll see you in my next one.